Hey guys, how you doing? It's Phineas. I hope you're all doing well today. In fact, I hope you're better than I am. I got up for my 4:30 a.m. meditation and that was it for me. No more sleep, and so I'm a bit today. I don't often do my meditation at 4:30 in the morning, but I was kind of up and the mind was so I thought, why not go and do a Joe Dispenza meditation? But it made me feel fine, you know, all morning. I'm like my true self, which is awesome. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about those meditations in the future. Because they are, for me, they're kind of life-changing. They've made me feel like a different person. I know I've mentioned them before, but I will be doing more videos on his meditations in the future. So I hope you're doing well, guys. It's a beautiful day in England. It's a blue sky. What is it about like blue that we love to see? It just makes, and the yellow sun, such awesome colours. But winter's out the door, spring is coming, which is fantastic. Spring is a real time for new beginnings, healing of the body, the mind, new projects. So guys, start your engines. You know what you've got to do. Everyone is different. Let the spring be a time of motivation. Don't get caught up in your previous negativities and that sort of thing. Make it a positive time to take positive steps and possibly a new direction for you. Whether it be with health or thinking or a career, whatever needs to change for you, let this spring be that time of change. So today I want to talk about something which is completely misunderstood in society, and that is wealth. So our society has taught us that wealth, and we're taught at school that wealth is monetary. It's based on career success. Both those things together do not make you wealthy if you're succeeding. Because the wealth I'm talking about, my friend, is nothing to do with career success and really not much to do with monetary. Even though they can overlap going forward, as I would explain. But I've come to realise very strongly in the last couple of years, in fact up to last year, right to the end of last year, and I'll come on to a story about finances in a minute. But I was, even though I had a spiritual awakening, even though I've done lots of healing and nutrition, this sort of thing, I still held money and monetary wealth as something that I needed as an important part of my life to be happy. And you realise if something happens to you with money, whether you get lots of it, but actually if you get lots of it, and sometimes if you lose lots of it, that really it can affect you emotionally, but inside sometimes you feel the same, or even worse if you've got lots of money. But I had a situation in 2017 and 2018 where I invested into cryptocurrency. There are a lot of people talking about it, people in my game, some colleagues, some friends, and we all got on the bandwagon of cryptocurrency. And if you know anything about cryptocurrency, you'll know that it went up by thousands, like at times by thousands, not up by thousands of pounds, even though it did. It went up by over 1,000 times. And I invested a bit of money into it from the advice of a colleague, which I was very grateful for because he shared it with me. And my portfolio went enormous. More money than I'd ever had. And I became obsessed with it. And going forward, I was relying on that money to change my life and to make my life complete, and I was going to buy this house there and that house there, and I was going to start this business and that business. And then if you know anything about cryptocurrency, you then know that it all crashed and we all lost our money. Phenomenally, we thought it was going to change the world, and it didn't. Not in 2017, 18, it just went. Many reasons for that. I'm not going to go into cryptocurrency at the moment, but if you want me to, leave me a comment and I can happily do a video on that. Nightmare. But it made me realise that the money didn't matter. In some ways, I felt better without it. Because I knew that what was inside of me, my spiritual side of me, was more important to tend to. And I got so stressed with it going up and down that portfolio, and then is it safe, is it secure? When should I buy more, should I sell? It was so stressful. So it really taught me a lesson that money doesn't necessarily make you happy. The more you've got sometimes, the more you get stressed about losing it. So I dealt with a bit of fear actually over when all the crypto stuff crashed, and I had to deal with it. And I kind of had lots of fear come up, and I released it, and I feel better about money now. So maybe that needs to happen to all of us, for us to realise that on a spiritual path and on the path of truth, finances, if you just focus on finances, you'll always be miserable. If that's your end goal, if that's it, you'll be out of balance in your life. So, which brings me on to what is true wealth then. The first thing, my friend, you've got to have to be wealthy is your health. Wealth rhymes with health. Health, vitality. If you don't have either of those, then you can't consider yourself to be full of life. What the divine intended for you was to be full of vitality, full of energy. So if you don't have your health and energy, then what good is the other stuff? So if you've got loads of money but you're sick, any person will tell you that has billions or millions, when you get sick, your health is all that matters. And really it is. And if you're watching this video and money is destroying your health, then take it as a sign that you've got to change your direction, change your priorities. If that means spending less, take action. But health and vitality is by far, I think, the greatest. Now, a few of these are going to overlap. The second and third one are quite similar. The second one is to love yourself. And by loving yourself, you would be healthy to yourself anyway. You'd want to increase your health. But love for yourself is in such deprivation in our society. Some people love others too much before they love themselves because they have trauma inside which has made them insecure from parenting or whatever. So learning to love yourself, maybe you have to release fear, release trauma, whatever you need to do to start to value yourself. Again, Joe Dispenza stuff is good at this, about blessing your energy centers and loving yourselves, loving yourself for who you are. Not what other people want you to be, but for what you are. And I've been guilty pretty much all my life of talking too much and having to impress in my mind more so than I ever needed to. Most people around me were much more imbalanced. They didn't need to feel the need to be funny or to talk so much and to be centre of attention, which is all just signs that someone is insecure inside. So love for yourself is really very important. Which brings me on to my third, which is the love for others. If you can love yourself first, you're then capable of loving others. And that's not just your immediate family, that's everybody else. Loving others, being truly compassionate to what they're going through, whether it's a stranger or someone in the media, or it could be family, it could be friends. Loving people even when they're not very nice to you. I know that's really hard, but that is the sign of a true, spiritually mature person, when they can see through the crap that person's going through and still love them. Makes you very wealthy if you can do that. It means that you love yourself and you're loving others. And you're probably healthy as well, because a lot of unhealthy people do carry around a lot of bitterness and low energy, and makes them more egoic, unfortunately. But also, to be wealthy, you need a strong connection with the greater intelligence that made you. Having the humility and being humble enough to know that you are not the greatest thing on this planet, and what made you, I'm not saying you're valuable, you're very precious, but what made you is far greater. And having a fear and respect for that energy. When I say fear, I mean that energy will hurt you if you sin against yourself. So do fear it to some degree, but it loves you very deeply. To have a connection with that will give you love and wealth. Now, I think the ones that I'm going to come on to now are really not talked about a lot, but to be wealthy, you need to have purpose in life. That could be your true soul calling. It could be what you're good at, what you love doing. And often that will help others in the end. But purpose. Maybe doing something for the community, something that makes your heart light up. Guys, I'm still yet to find that fully. I love talking to you lot. And if anybody's got any ideas what that is for me, then do let me know. I think in time it'll come for me. But purpose is really important. It makes you feel like you're doing something in this world, like you're here for what you're doing. What you're doing is you're doing it, and you're helping, and your heart's open, and you're giving out to the world creatively as well. If you've got your purpose, then often that comes with creativity, and creativity is divinity. That's divinity coming into you, and you're expressing yourself with creativity for your purpose. So awesome. That will make you feel very wealthy, and if your health is down and you can find your true purpose, that will often lift your energy to be what you're meant to be. So with all those things in mind, the last one I'm going to say is, if you've got all those, health, vitality, love for yourself, love for others, connection with God, purpose and creativity, that will make you very happy. And with all of that, it will give you balance. Balance to be yourself, balance to give to the world. And guys, what would happen then, more than likely, is then and only then would prosperity and monetary wealth follow. Because you give in, and the universe and the greater intelligence, or God, whatever you want to call it, will give back, usually. And without even thinking about money, prosperity would no doubt come. In the perfect balance of giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. Those that love what they do usually are very successful at what they do. And if that gives you freedom from the system, which is my last one, freedom from the cruel system that's been created for most people. If you can have wealth with all of what I've mentioned, but freedom from the system to do what you want to do, then my friend, it's job done. I don't think you need prosperity to be wealthy from all the others about. You have all those, you're just content. But to be free from the system is, I think, also important. Be financially free. So guys, take all that in mind. They're all really important. And listen, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, but I could be a lot better in all those areas. But I'm starting to realise what true wealth is, and it's making me rest more. I'm not such a nutcase as what I used to be. I'm not taking on as much. I'm appreciating myself for who I am. My future's bright in my mind. I'm doing the Joe Dispenza meditations, and it's making me feel awesome. But all those things in mind, take it forward, have a think, get healthy, rest, do meditation. I do nutritional balancing. If you're interested in that, great start to wake up a lot of the energy centres, which can help with all that stuff. Okay guys, well past my 10 minutes, so I'm going to go. If you like the video, smash like or share it or subscribe. Love you all as usual. Get outside, breathe fresh air, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.